guys, welcome back to Overtakes. I'm Kel.
And this is Misfit.
And we are here with our Stage 3 preview. So we're going to start it off with some of the roster changes that have happened in the week off that we've had. The biggest one is Bunny leaving the Soul Dynasty and is now playing for the Valiant.
And that's going to be interesting to see what they do with the Valiant. I mean, there's been all kinds of rumors. I don't know if you guys have seen any of them. There's rumors of Dallas and the Valiant making trades and all this kind of other stuff that's going on. But Bunny's, that's a pretty good pickup for them, I think.
Yeah.
They seem to be not happy with their roster right now, the Valiant.
Right.
They're shopping pretty much everybody, including Envy.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense to me.
Some real bizarre rumors that have come out. Nothing has been confirmed. The only thing that's really been confirmed is that Bunny is going to the Valiant. That's really the only official thing that we've seen. So that kind of puts them in a weird place where they still have Soon on their roster. Are they going to move him to a different character? Are they going to... I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't... I don't know. It doesn't translate into what they have as far as... you have Kareev and you have Agilities. Mm-hmm. And then you have Soon and Bunny. And then you have these other guys that they don't even... You'd see the light of day, like Silk Thread and Grim Reality. They have too many DPS now two of them just don't do anything.
Right.
So someone's got to go.
And then they were trying to trade Envy, which it still just makes zero sense to me.
Yeah, and no one wanted him, which makes less sense to me.
Right, because he has been one of the best consistently good divas in the entire league. Yeah. So it's just really bizarre that they wanted to get rid of him and that they wanted to split him up from Fate, who both of them pair really well together, so that makes it even more confusing.
Yeah. They're working on Dallas Shanghai train wreck style things going here.
Yeah. I don't think there really hasn't been all that many other roster changes. We're coming up, we got I think it's Wednesday is the trade deadline, Wednesday or Thursday. Yeah,
so we're going to see if these guys are going to move. All these talks of people moving and all that. The only thing we had, the people that we thought were going to come in Stage 2 are actually here now.
Yeah.
Gregori's in, and all the players that Shanghai picked up are in.
All the players that Florida picked up in the last stage will be in now. You got Saya Playa and...
Awesome Guy,
yep.
And then you have... Shanghai had the 3 or 4 people, which they desperately needed after, the end of that disaster second stage.
With that whole fiasco.
Yeah. I think they're moving on from that, though. They seem to be, let's clean the slate. They got a new coach. They got another coach coming in, too.
Yeah.
And they got Grigori. They got 2 or 3, Addo, and a couple other guys coming in.
Yep.
Since we were talking about train wrecks, Dallas does have their new tank coming in week 3 because, he got suspended for boosting in Korea.
Yeah.
Which, I'm sorry. First off, I would have cut his contract because boosting is bullshit.
Yeah.
First off, anyone that's going to pay to fucking boost their account to make them look like they play well is an idiot.
Yeah.
Second of all, if you're a good player and you're getting paid to do that, you're a fucking dope too. Especially if you're going into B Pro. Anyway, so that's all I'm talking about Dallas right now. Do we really have anything else to say other than that Seagull wants out?
If you want to see anybody's reaction to that, look up what Fissure said about boosters, because that is hilarious. He goes off on boosters, and it totally watch that. Find the translation of what he says, because it's hilarious.
Yes, it is. And he's not a go-off kind of guy either.
No.
He seems like a pretty chill dude.
Yeah, he
went off.
He very much seems like a very just laid back, not necessarily laid back, but just kind of a quieter person in general. And that dude, even him going off, he was still kind of soft spoken. Yeah. But when you hear the translation of what he says, you're like, oh my god, this dude really took it to him.
Yeah.
The amount of F-bombs that he drops is crazy. It's hilarious.
That's awesome.
I want to watch it just so I can learn how to say fuck in Korean now.
Then we'll know what they're saying on the streams and stuff. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the roster change. We really didn't have as much action as we thought was going to happen.
Yeah, especially, I feel like there was a few teams that with all the speculation and everything that was going on, I thought we would see some more than we did. But it is what it is.
They just want their dumpster to burn blue.
Right. Well, it's also going to be burning green, too, now. Green and yellow.
We're going to have all the fucking colors in the rainbow.
But yeah, so let's move on to, one of the big things we want to talk about with our stage preview is who's going to benefit and who's going to be hurt by the new maps and then the new meta. So in this stage, we should be getting what's live right at this moment, which is, so we've got the Sombra changes, and we've got those slight May changes.
And the Doomfist adjustments, too. I think it's good. We were talking about it on our map pool one.
Yep.
Those are going to be bigger.
Yes.
Way bigger than maybe a lot of people think.
Because with Doomfist, like, it's not that he was overpowered or underpowered. He was just glitchy. So, like, these guys weren't really wanting to play him because you never knew if you were actually going to, like, connect. And when they're playing at the level that they are, like, you want to make sure that if you're using one of your abilities, you're actually using it and it's actually effective.
Yeah. I mean, how many times, like, because I played him a few times, you go and you do the rocket punch and you think you hit somebody and you miss.
Right. Like, you'll be to the left of them and you'll punch them to the wall, and then the next time you'll punch them directly straight through them, and you're like, wait, they're still standing back there.
Yeah.
And I went through them. What the hell just happened? So, like, I think that'll make a big difference.
And the Sombra stuff's going to make a big difference, too.
The Sombra thing, I think, definitely makes a huge difference. And then I think we also see a slight uptick in May just being more than like, hey, we're going to use this character to save the point, basically.
Yeah, or the boosting thing. I think, well, some people started using her a little bit more.
Especially in conjunction with Doomfist.
Yeah.
I think she could work really well. Yeah. And then we're also going to get Brigitte. So, but at the same time, Are we getting her or not? I don't know. I would think that she should be in.
But she's not in the competitive, though, is she?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she is or not, honestly.
I guess we'll see Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because they're really not telling us what patch or what they're... I wish they were a little bit straightforward with some more of the information.
Yeah.
Like, we know the Sombra patch, but is it going to be the second part of the Sombra patch that's going in? Where she has a 2-second cooldown if she gets shot?
Right.
Or things like that. I wish we were a little bit more straightforward. It would make life a lot easier than going into the match going, oh... So they're running this patch.
Right.
You know, when they say, well, we're running on the current patch, or we're running on 2 patches ago because it didn't work out for the stage. It just gets weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure exactly.
If they're Brigitte, though, that's going to be a big thing.
Yeah, I hope that she is in.
On certain maps.
I think it would be kind of silly because she's already been out for, 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's kind of ridiculous to not put her in just because she's not in competitive yet. I think that would be kind of stupid because I want to see these guys play her at a high level.
Yeah, maybe people can learn something before they go into competitive.
Right.
How about that? Instead of people just running around swinging that damn flail thing and not healing.
Now, as far as
trying to heal.
Right. Now, as far as that stuff goes, who do you think is going to benefit the most? With like the maps that we have and these meta changes.
I think Houston's going to bounce back.
Yes, I agree. The map pool alone is going to be huge for them because then they can use Jake how he wants to play. He can play Junkrat. He can play some of these other characters that he's really good at.
And then you have Linkster doing what he's comfortable with too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and when you have more characters that Jake can play, then that opens it up for Linkster to play the characters that he's the best at. So I feel like that definitely helps that team more than anybody else. Honestly,
yeah,
just based on the map pool alone.
I think it's going to help Houston. I also think it's going to help Philadelphia. I mean, they've been playing at a high level anyway, but some of the maps just kind of fit what they do.
Yes.
I mean, we saw what they did on Volskaya and 66. They were good on both of those maps. But I think Blizzard World is a good map for them because they can do the run straight dive or they can run the triple tanky thing.
But I think basically the teams that have those really versatile DPS, those are the ones that are really going to benefit the most, especially on a map like Blizzard World. And then there's a few, both of the...
Ilios and Nepal.
The King of the Hill maps.
And they were really good on Nepal, too, because they could run different stuff. Actually, it was more tank versatility, stuff like that with the Philadelphia. Their DPS are versatile, But like Fraggy can run a couple different things. He's actually better on Reinhardt than he is on Winston.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have Poco, and they have a couple other guys that can run the Zarya, or they run Diva, Zarya, Orisa, Roadhog.
Right.
It just works out well for them.
I think another team that's going to kind of benefit from it are the Gladiators, because they can kind of run some more weird comps, and that seems to be their bread and butter anymore.
Shaz for the win.
Right. Shaz just playing whatever, then you'll get Big Goose playing whoever they want, and then you have Hydration, who's, when he was playing Doomfist, holy crap, watch out for that guy.
And then he'll play May as well. And he plays her. He'll pull her out in situations where you're not expecting it.
And just having that versatility actually could make Hydration one of the more intriguing DPS players for this whole section.
Well, on the flip side, I think this pool, as much as I want San Francisco to be better, I don't think it's their thing.
But that being said, I do think overall they still play better.
Yeah, I do too.
But it's not going to be quite enough to put them over the top, because at this point, we've kind of figured out that it doesn't really matter what the map pool is. The top 3 or 4 teams really aren't going to change. It's going to be London. It's going to be New York. Seoul will be up there as well. And then like kind of after that is where it gets a little bit trickier, but I still think the Fusion, after what the Fusion have done in the last stage, I think they build on that and continue to look like an elite team.
I do too.
I think the Gladiators get a lot better in this map, or in this stage as well. After having did what they did in stage 2, I think they improve even further. And then Houston coming back as well.
Yeah.
So like that kind of limits how much some of the other teams can really benefit. I think one team that it's really going to hurt, though, is Boston.
Yeah, I think so, too. They've showed that they're not as versatile.
Yeah.
On maps. They're good with doing dive, and like they have Nimbani, which they were fantastic on in the first stage. But I don't think Blizzard World's a kind of map that they're going to be good on. They were mediocre on Junkertown. You know, we've seen them play on these maps, and they definitely were not. Nepal definitely was not their thing.
Oh no, they were terrible on Nepal.
They were decent on Ilios. I mean, if you just go through all the maps and you're looking at it.
But overall, like I think they're like more so. They're still kind of trying to figure out what they are after the Mercy changes.
Yeah, they're still trying to figure out. They started picking up a little bit towards the end.
Yeah, they did.
The stage, but I think.
But at this point, like. Is that just how they are per stage?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really tough to tell. I think another team that's going to get hurt, and I don't necessarily think that this is either the meta or the maps, the Valiant are going to be near the bottom because they are just going through some turmoil right now.
Yeah, internally they're a wreck.
They really are.
Yeah,
they're almost right at the same level as Dallas with their dysfunction.
Except for they're dysfunctional and they're quiet about it.
Yeah.
Where Dallas, everybody's on Twitter and wherever else just screaming from the rooftops like a bunch of babies.
But are they that quiet? I mean, they had that damn show, for Christ's sake, where they're showing everything that's happening, and it's just like, hey, let's just put out in the open all the issues that we have.
Hey, it also provided us with Kareev and Fate going fishing, though.
This is true.
Which, I don't know, that was the episode I watched because I just wanted to see that shit happen. I'm sorry.
That is really funny, though.
that was a good one, anyway.
Yeah, it's really bizarre that they're going in the direction that they are. And just like everything that's going on behind the scenes with that team is just so bizarre.
I think the maps, as far as like Florida, the maps are it's up in the air with the maps with them because they were kind of okay on some of the maps because we've pretty much seen everybody on all the maps except for Blizzard World.
Right, and that's the thing with Florida is like I don't think it's ever been a map thing that's been their issue. It's just been a consistency thing and then a communication thing, and that seems to be where they've really improved. So I think they get 3 or probably 4 or 5 wins in this stage.
Yeah, I mean they could very well. I mean. 7 to 12. All right, no, 7 to 10 are interchangeable.
Yeah,
and if you're looking in the standings, I mean, we all know who the bottom are going to be.
Right. So that is something we wanted to go. So we're going to give you our ranking of where we think everybody's going to end up by the end of this stage. And that's just stage ranking. This is not full-on ranking. But, I mean, it's really not that far off from the full ranking either.
But before we get into the rankings, today on the official Overwatch League site, they announced that they changed the stage. Because before we get to the rankings, we're going to tell you why we're going top 4. We keep saying top 4. Mm-hmm. So here's the deal. Okay,
well... Hang on, before we get to that. Breaking news. The Dallas Fuel have traded Custa to the LA Valiant for Unco. That is now, I believe, official.
Yeah.
That has been rumored for a while.
At least.
But yeah, that is now official.
I don't know who benefits from that trade. I really can't tell you.
Yeah, I don't either. Honestly, I don't feel like it's a... I guess Dallas, because they're getting a much better...
They're getting a better support player.
Yeah.
But Custa was their main shot caller.
Right.
He was the only one that was like kind of on the point. So that look for Unco in a Dallas Fuel uniform and look for I mean, what the fuck?
I don't understand because now Custa is going to be like, hey, I'm like one of the only people that speaks English on this team. Hey guys, I'm a great teammate. Wish I could talk to any of you.
But yeah.
Hey, I got that guy. He speaks French.
Yeah.
But he's probably not going to be on the team much longer either, so who the hell knows? Yeah,
I think that we might see some more stuff before Wednesday.
Yeah.
Especially with Dallas and the Valiant. I think they're just going to throw players at each other. And they're almost like one team right now.
Yeah.
With all the rumors and everything.
It's really weird.
Okay, so back to where we were before the breaking news.
Yeah.
We need that, like, newsroom fucking sound. Right. Dallas did something stupid, and so did the Valiant. All right.
Hey, they did it.
In other news,
stupid.
No one on Shanghai fucked anybody this week, so...
So yeah, we're sorry. We're gonna get into the playoff changes now. So the end of the stage playoffs now is going to be the top 4 teams. So they're gonna add one more game. So it'll be bracket style. So it'll be the top 4 teams and a nice little twist on this because the top team no longer has a bye into the final. That means they get to pick their opponent in the first round.
That'll be interesting. That's going to be some smack talking shit there, man.
Right. Because it's just like, oh, hey, we're going to pick this higher seeded team because they think that they match up better or they can beat that team. They have a better chance of beating that team.
That's going to be really interesting, and that's going to be super fun.
I'm really looking forward to it. I love this change.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be awesome. And then we just get one more action-packed game at the end of each stage. I'm all for this.
I'm all for it too. I think it makes sense too, really.
It does.
I mean, you got all day Sunday. You might as well run 2 matches.
Right. Might as well. Yeah, 3 matches all day through the whole day, just like you do any other day.
That's going to be huge. That's going to be good. So let's go into the rankings now. We'll start from the bottom.
Yeah. Not really much changing here. Shanghai's going to be at the bottom.
Shanghai's going to be at the bottom, yeah.
I feel like they probably pick up their first win, but I don't think it's going to be enough. But I do think we see some definite improvement from them as a team overall.
Yeah. I think that they can get a win or two, and I don't think it's going to be against like someone lower. I think they're going to surprise somebody like in the middle or towards the top.
Yeah.
The changes are going to be big. I just don't think they're, like you said, they're not going to be enough.
Yeah, and then it's just not enough time to really put together some cohesion and all of that. I think if they do, or when they do get their win, I feel like it's not going to be in the first couple weeks. I feel like it's going to be like week 3 or week 4.
Yeah.
Where they finally get their first win, and then they look drastically different from then on, and then I think we see a much improved team in stage 4, but I don't feel like stage 3 is going to be much better than any of the other stages, at least as far as record total.
So let's move up a notch.
Oh, okay. The Dallas dumpster fire.
Yeah,
is where we think that Dallas will end up is number 11.
I don't know. That Unco acquisition could move them higher.
Could it though?
No, I'm just
exactly.
It's trading apples for oranges. It's trading personalities. It's not trading skill levels.
Right,
really,
you're basically,
I think they're both about the same.
You're basically trading a red delicious for a yellow delicious. They both fucking suck.
Yeah. Pretty much.
Or a golden delicious.
Actually, Unco's probably a tick better, in my opinion.
So
Dallas actually made out.
So you're trading a red delicious for a
Macintosh.
For a Macintosh. Still not very good, but it's not as mealy and terrible.
Well, it's not a Honeycrisp.
Exactly.
Or, like a Death Apple, which is Jonak. You don't get that kind of support. Anyway.
Right.
Yeah, they're just a mess. I bet you that they'll win 4.
3 or 4.
3 or 4?
Yeah.
But there's going to be train wreck bullshit going on the whole time.
Oh, yeah. It's like anytime you think that they're going to... Like, if they get a win, you think, oh, hey, are the Dallas people getting better? They're going to come right back and be like, ha ha, hold my beer.
They're going to get blanked by Boston or something.
Right.
So let's move up one more to my team, the Florida Mayhem.
Yeah, we think they're going to end up at about 10. But that means probably about 4 or 5 wins, which is, I mean, that's about where we're expecting from them, but that's improvement.
Yeah, it's improvement. And they got the new guys in, and it goes back to the communications thing.
Right.
You have a couple of Korean guys in there. It'll probably work out in some way. Yeah. But I think like we were saying earlier in this one,
I think more so with them, they're gonna put up some really, really good fights. Like they're gonna I feel like they take a lot of games to 5, and then they just lose the last map. Kind of
like what San Francisco and the Gladiators were doing, like in the first stage. They kind of didn't really get 4-0'd that many times.
Right.
It was like always the last map always mattered.
Right. Like they're gonna lose they're gonna lose a decent amount of games, but every single game I feel like they're gonna be competitive in.
Yeah. And they don't have to worry about Hollywood on this one, so...
Yeah, that'll be a nice improvement for them. So, number 9, we think, is going to be Boston. Because I'm not sold on this team. As much as I loved what they did at the end of Stage 1, they just really underwhelmed in Stage 2.
Yeah, they're up and down. They're so up and down.
Yeah, and then they started to come out hot at the end of Stage 3, or the end of Stage 2, but it just wasn't enough,
And it's really not like you look at their team, and when they're playing a match and you're watching it, you're not going, wow, this guy's trash. Okay, they did that. Okay, they're going to do this. It didn't work. Nobody looks horrible. Like, you're not going, oh my god, their tanks are terrible. Like, you can look at Shanghai and go, holy crap, their tanks are bad. Or Dallas, they have no communication.
Right.
With Boston, it's just kind of like...
meh.
Yeah.
It's just a whole bowl of meh. And, like, even when you get spectacular performances, it's never something that, like, really they take over or anything like that.
It's just never enough.
Yeah, exactly.
They're kind of like... They're, like, on that edge.
Yeah.
They're like...
That being said, I do think... Because we have at number 8, we have the Valiant. I do think that those are kind of interchangeable, and the more we talk about it and the more we see, I do feel like the Valiant are going to be worse than Boston. Just because of the turmoil that's going on in that team. So, like, that one's kind of a flip back and forth on those.
And you can even go with... I would even go with the 3-10-9-8.
Yeah. Yeah.
Depending on how all of them play. If Boston's mad and Florida's better and the Valiant are train wrecking it.
Yeah.
I mean, you could have a whole jumble in there. But the Valiant are just... I'm kind of disappointed in the Valiant. I thought they were going to do really well in the last stage, and they just kind of...
Yeah, and
just crapped out.
It seems to be that their behind-the-scenes management and just all the ideas that they're trying to do are just not working out, and it's really tearing that team apart. Yeah. There's a lot of infighting with the guys. There's like the behind the scenes show, and just like all these, like the whole talk that they had of like making a second team or a sister team or whatever, like where these guys would not even be able to practice with the main team. Like it was, I know they nixed that, but even just talking about it, like that had to create some tension in the organization. Like it's just really bizarre. I don't know what this team is doing right now.
I don't think anyone really does.
Right.
Including them.
Yeah. And mostly I just end up feeling bad for the guys on the team.
Yeah.
Almost as bad as I feel for some of the guys on the Dallas Fuel, but not quite as bad because just let Seagull go.
Yeah, just...
Hashtag let Seagull go.
Yeah, just let him go.
So, number 7, we have San Francisco.
You might be wondering why we're not as high on them as everybody else is, I think. Mm-hmm. And it's not that we're not high on them. They're going to be vastly improved.
Yeah.
It's just the 6 teams above them are just better.
Yeah.
I think they're going to put on some shows. They're going to beat some big teams, too. And it's not going to be the shock getting, swept or anything like that. With that DPS, the DPS combos that they have, and then the addition of Moth, which I thought was huge.
Yeah, Moth has been a really nice pickup for them.
They're going to be really good.
Yes.
They're just, like I said, in my opinion, they're not better than the 6 teams above them.
No.
Could they make a leap up in there? Probably. Maybe. I don't know. It's just...
I just find it doubtful.
Yeah.
So above them, at number 6, we have Houston, who we think is going to be vastly improved in this stage. But again, they just kind of run into that. I think there's other teams that are better than them.
Yeah. This map pool is definitely more their style.
Yes.
You're not going to hear all including like people like us saying, you don't have a Tracer player, you don't have a Tracer player. When you're playing Anubis and you're playing some of these other maps where you can run Linkser and Jake, you're going to look like that team they did in the first stage.
Right.
That being said,
they still need a damn Tracer player.
Yeah. Please give it to soon.
Yeah.
Soon.
Yeah.
Get a Tracer player. Soon.
Yeah. Houston, you need to be on the phone with the Valiant right now.
Soon.
Get soon.
Sooner than later.
Oh, God.
Well, you can probably get him whenever you want, I guess.
All right there, Monte Cristo.
Yeah.
So, above Houston, at number 5, we have the LA Gladiators. I think that they build on what they did in Stage 2, and this team just really impressed me. I think, and they still have a shot at getting that Final 4 spot. Especially if Seoul ends up choking it out. That's who we have at number 4 right now, just because it's still hard to pick against that team, even though they're making it hard to pick them anymore for this. Yeah. But I think the map pool or the playoff pool getting expanded by one team ends up benefiting Seoul the most, because I think that they somehow they end up falling into that 4th spot.
Yeah, they do.
Because I feel like the beginning of the stage, they're going to be right up there.
Undefeated again, and then they'll play London and lose, and they'll play New York and lose, and then they'll get to week 4 and sub everybody out.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll play their best people against the top teams and lose, and then they'll be like, we're playing...
We have to beat the Gladiators.
Dallas. We have to play the Gladiators or somebody like that. Like, let's put in our second team.
Let's put in Guido and Zephyr and all those guys who aren't bad.
No,
they're just not their top team.
Yeah, it's not Zunba and
Rujihan.
Yeah, that team is so frustrating. But yeah, that's what we have at number 4, and that's one. The Gladiators and Seoul, I think, are kind of interchangeable in that last spot.
And honestly, the Gladiators could end up in the top 4.
Yeah, easily.
And, Seoul could be right where we said they are. Seoul is just a mystery team. I just don't understand.
I don't either.
They're like Oklahoma City in fucking basketball. Like, they have great regular season. I was thinking the playoffs are fucking garbage.
Right. It's like, hey,
you had 3 of the best players when they had,
when they had Harden and Durant and freaking Westbrook. It's like, you've had, 3 of the last 3 MVPs. And you still couldn't win.
You can't get out of the second round.
You couldn't win in the finals that year. I know it was LeBron being LeBron, but still, come on, guys. Yeah.
Anyway.
So, at number 3, we have the Fusion, who, after the last stage, I feel
they were just very impressive.
No one wants to touch that team.
No.
And I feel like they're going to come out really hungry to get right back up there. This team is loaded with talent, and they want to win, and you can tell.
The unbelievable talent, and they really don't have many holes.
No, that's the biggest thing. And if they get their communication and some of their positioning down a little bit better, then there's no telling how far this team can go.
Yeah, and their tanks are improving. It seemed like towards the middle, the end of last stage, Poco and Fraggy, they just started playing better.
Yeah.
On the classic dive tanks.
Yeah.
Because they're both good on all the off tanks and all that stuff.
Right, and I think this is one because we might see slightly more Reinhardt in this meta. That really ends up benefiting them because Fraggy is probably one of the best Reinhardts in the league,
if not the best.
Yeah.
And their DPS are just stupid.
They really are.
Carpe is just insane, and then you have the the two-headed monster of EQO and Shadowburn. What they do with Genji, like the projectile Genji and Pharah.
Right. And then you've got your duo of Carpe and Snillo.
Yeah, and you got Snillo too.
On freaking Tracer, like how the hell do you defend against that team?
Yeah, and then you can, they're going to run him on 66.
Oh yeah.
Snillo. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're going to be hard to beat.
Yeah, that's going to be a really tough team to beat. And then, pretty standard. Number 2, we got London.
Yeah.
They're going to be right up there again because even though they didn't make it in the playoff, or they lost in the first round of the playoff for stage 2,
they're still
one of the best teams in the league.
Yeah.
And it's so hard. Like, I don't see very many opportunities where Prophet is going to play as poorly as he did in that single gesture. Yeah. Like, there's no way that they have a performance that bad again. They'll
be ready for Philadelphia the next time.
Yes.
Believe me, if they play them in the stage, or when they play them in the stage, I think it's going to be a different story.
Yeah.
Of course, I said that about London playing Houston in the second stage, but anyway.
Yeah, but that could also. You just kind of never know with London, just because like you can tell that they have their strategy, and for the most part, it has worked really, really well for them. So I don't think that they're going to really deviate from that.
Obviously, the number 1 spot is the NYXL.
Yip, they're a machine.
They're across the board. They're just awesome,
and then they run that same pretty consistent lineup. And it is just so unbelievably effective. I think in this stage we see a little bit more Pine than we saw in stage 2.
Yeah.
Simply because he'll probably play on Ilios whenever they do that map.
Yeah, he was having some weird. He just wasn't feeling it last stage. He said he was having a little bit of anxiety and stuff too.
Yeah.
So I think he's back and refreshed and mentally okay too.
Yeah, but even if he's not. With the way that Libero has been playing, it might not even matter.
Yeah.
Because Libero has been playing out of his freaking mind.
Yeah.
So.
And when he did in that final game, that was just insane.
Yeah.
And the final 2 weeks of the season, he was nuts.
Yeah, and then and then it even compounded even more on that last match.
Yeah.
Was just unreal. Probably the match of his life.
Like, maybe he got a little bit more confidence without having Pine, because Pine was out, kind of pulled himself out. You know what I mean? He kind of had that, he's not looking over his shoulder and Pine's not going to be coming in all the time.
Right. And then
so he's like, I'm the dude, and just went off.
Or it even could be like, he's having issues. I got to step up and really make this work. And I think it's probably somewhere along those lines.
Yeah, because it's kind of like, there's no backup.
Right.
It's me.
Right, exactly. So, and then you add in every other amazing player that team has, and it's hard to pick them to not just completely dominate this stage again.
They're going to be in the Final Four.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming they're going to be playing in the final game. That's my estimation.
Yeah.
I think someone could beat them. But Fusion actually beat them in the regular season.
Right.
And
the Fusion took them to 5. I think the biggest thing was that the Fusion had come off that win, and then you could tell they just kind of lost some of the sharpness once things started to go a little bit wrong. And they kind of came down, and that adrenaline kind of went away, and they weren't quite as cognitively there.
Yeah.
So if they're there fully focused, I think the Fusion can beat any team. So I don't think any team that is number 1 and it'll most likely be New York, I don't think they're going to be picking the Fusion. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. It's the top 4 too. So when you have to pick, it's not like you're picking unless somebody weird snuck in.
Right.
Like you think you can, say San Francisco, for instance, snuck in. You're going to pick San Francisco because you're in the first 2 stages, they were garbage. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you're still playing a top 4 team. It's probably going to go 1-4 unless, New York thinks they match up better against, say, Seoul or...
Right.
Which these guys...
That I could definitely see. If Seoul ends up as the 3 seed, I could see them opting to play Seoul instead of Philadelphia or something like that. For sure.
Or London.
Yeah.
Don't want any part of London sometimes.
No.
Because then you can also play it, we know that London has trouble with the Fusion.
Right.
So we'll make them play the Fusion.
Yeah.
Instead of we'll deal with the team that we got to play instead of
and just
we'll give them the harder match for them.
Yes,
to try and knock them out.
Yeah, that's kind of what makes that really interesting is having that top team get to pick who they play. They can set up something like that.
When you're coming off that last day, you got to figure out 3 teams.
Yeah.
That you're going to play. So everybody's kind of like on an equal level because you can't just go, okay, well, we're playing the Fusion, and then if we win, we play New York.
Right.
Or however it works. You're kind of like, it's up in the air because you don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited for the way that they're doing that. But that's going to be it for our preview of Stage 3. Look ahead for Wednesday when we preview that day. And we will talk about those games and our picks for those games.
Get ready for the start of Stage 3.
Yeah, we are excited. Don't forget to give us a like, a subscribe. Leave us a comment who you think is going to be in the top, who's going to be in the bottom. Let us know your rankings, what you guys think of some of the maps, some of the crazy trade things going on. Give us some topics to discuss, guys.
Yeah, and we'll hit you on Discord. We'll try and work some things out. Maybe we'll have like a watch party or something like that one of these nights coming up. And we will see you guys on Wednesday.
See you guys on the next one. Later.
Later.